Hey, it's Erin. When you think about training legs, oftentimes the mind conjures up images of leg press or squats, free weights or machines. You don't often think about cables as being a mainstay of a leg workout, but I love cables for a couple of different reasons. The first reason is that you're able to get constant tension on the muscle, and this is something that can be very hard to do in both machines and in free weights. That constant tension on the muscle is one of the ways that muscles can grow. So you're able to shape the muscles and really get quite a different workout than you would from machines or free weights. And the second reason I love cables is because you're able to control the angle. So you can adjust the pulley to high or low, and you can get a ton of different angles that you wouldn't ordinarily get from a machine or from a free weight. But you get that free weight motion. So while you set the cable at a certain height, you're able to still control that range of motion. So today we're going to go through an entirely cable leg workout. And this is something that's amazing for traveling. So if you're at a hotel, you only have one cable, you can get your entire workout in. Or if the gym is busy, you can have that one spot in the gym where you can get your workout in. Now, I have to say, if people are waiting for the cables, don't be a hog and take the cable for the entire 30 to 45 minutes. No one likes a person who hogs a machine. But, if it's one of those things where you've got this space, no one's looking for the space, get your workout in. It's awesome. It doesn't take much time and it works every muscle in the legs. Let's get into this workout. Let's start this workout with a few sets of reverse lunges. Now with this exercise, I don't have a ton of weight on the cable. I think it's about 40 pounds. And I've set the cable to about 3 or 4 notches above the lowest setting, using the easy bar attachment here, but you can use a straight bar or any attachment that allows you to extend your arms straight out. Now the idea with this exercise is to push your weight through the heels. And as you push your weight through the heels and step back, you're going to push against or pull against the resistance of the cable, and that's going to allow you to activate the glutes and the hamstrings. So it's going to provide a little bit more and a different kind of resistance than traditional reverse lunges would. And it's also going to encourage you to keep your knee behind your toe. Let's move into our first heavy exercise, 4 sets of 10 here. This is a cable squat. And this differs from the traditional squat in that you're counterbalancing against the weight on the stack. So you want to use your body weight maybe a little bit more, and instead of like a traditional squat when you would just come straight up, you want to think about coming out of that squat, pushing up and back at the same time. So it's very important to brace your upper body against the weight, keep everything nice and still, nice and strong, and really think about pushing up with your glutes and your hamstrings, keeping your weight through your heels. And I guarantee you're going to feel this exercise in your glutes and your hamstrings a lot more than you would a traditional squat. And if you have trouble with traditional squats, this is an awesome variation. Moving into our first superset. This is a goblet squat. Grab your double D attachment. It's important to use this attachment because it's going to allow you to brace against the weight with your upper body. It's going to allow you to get your elbows underneath that handle. And this will take a lot of tension off the upper body and allow you to focus on just moving the weight with your legs. Now, again, with any other squat, you're going to push your weight through your heels, and this one is no different. So keep that weight through the heels. Keep your upper body nice and tall, and you'll feel this in your glutes, your hamstrings, and your quads. And really just focus on keeping your shoulders back and working against the tension of the cable. Now go directly into your RDL. Feet a little wider than shoulder width. Make sure you keep your back nice and flat. As you lower yourself down, think about pushing your hips back and then pushing your hips forward on the way up. So upper body is simply bracing and stabilizing for you. You shouldn't be pulling at all with your arms or your back. This is entirely in that hip hinge. And you're gonna feel this one in your hamstrings, glutes, especially in that glute ham tie-in. I know it does not exist, but if you want to get that separation between the glutes and the hamstrings, this is an awesome exercise for that. So with the other exercises, brace against the cable and use that to really engage those muscles. 10 reps here too. Our next superset, you're gonna need a small plyo box or a couple of plates. Stack them up about 1.5 feet away from the cable. Now set the cable to about hip height, maybe a little bit lower, and you don't need a ton of weight here. So you're going to do a front foot elevated split squat. This is going to allow you to get your upper leg below parallel and is going to allow you to really recruit those glutes. So this workout is going to be a little bit more glute and hamstring centric. Now push your weight through the heels and think about bracing against the cable. Now start with the non-dominant leg. So whichever leg is not your dominant leg, you want to start with, and the goal here is to get 10 reps on either side, but let's say you can only get 8 on your non-dominant leg, then do 8 on your dominant leg. And when you switch sides, be sure that the left side and the right side are mirror images of each other. And what this is going to do is it's going to allow you to get a perfectly symmetric range of motion on both sides. So unilateral exercises only work if you do them evenly on both sides. Don't use a ton of weight here. Just use enough to where you can feel that resistance and where the last 2 to 3 reps should be challenging but doable. Just gonna toss in some calf work here. So single leg calf raise. Now the idea here too is to start with your non-dominant side and really focus on squeezing that calf at the top. Also focus on, rather than lifting the heel, think about pushing that heel forward towards your toe. And when you think about pushing that heel forward, you'll find that you should be able to engage your calves a little bit more than if you were to just think about raising that heel. 10 reps on each side. But again, if you can only do, let's say 7 or 8 on your non-dominant side, do the same number of reps on your dominant side. And for each superset here, you're gonna take about 45 seconds to a minute in between. And be sure to keep an eye on recovery in between sets and supersets. This is gonna help you keep your heart rate up and help you burn more calories. Okay, moving on into another superset. We've got cable sumo squats. I like to use the rope attachment because we're doing a superset here. Now with this sumo squat, be sure you turn your toes out. When you turn your toes out, your knees should follow the direction of your toes. So that's with any kind of squat and just to maintain overall health. And here, I'm not doing as much weight as the cable squat, but still you want to do enough weight to obviously feel the muscles working and to train. And push the weight through the heel. Slow and controlled range of motion here too. I'm going to step over the rope. We're going to do some cable pull-throughs. So 4 sets of 10 here. With the pull-throughs, think about keeping your back flat, but roll your upper body forward and think about tucking that pelvis at the very top of the exercise. What this is going to do is it's going to give you so much more glute recruitment than if you were to keep everything completely flat. So here, think about at the top, almost making a C shape with your body. And it doesn't make much sense, and it doesn't certainly doesn't look pretty, but you will definitely feel it much more than if you were to keep just, regular form here. And tuck the chin at the top, really squeeze. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. New workouts come out all the time. And keep in mind, anytime you try something new, it's going to help you break through plateaus, which can help you see results faster and can also keep the gym exciting, interesting, and challenging. Thanks for watching. Until next time, train hard, y'all.